Hey, I'd like to just introduce you to a new feature on Audio Flow that allows you to type in what you're looking for around a subject matter, and the research tool will then scrape the internet for articles that are in relation to that topic, and then it will automatically create a podcast for you off the back of it. So this could be used for a variation of the different reasons. And one thing that we used to do when I was at Aviva is that we used to always look for resources, not courses. So that basically meant that we looked for articles, YouTube videos, and so forth. And this could be a great alternative to that because it actually helps you look for the articles that are relevant to the topic that you are searching for or wanting to create content on. And then the audio flow AI will basically then create a podcast off the back of the article. So it'll take, if it's 20 articles, for example, it'll take all the article sources and then it'll amalgamate that content, script it all for you, and then give you a podcast. So then you can just put out the articles as a podcast. So what I'll do is I'll quickly just give you an example and we'll go from there. So I'm going to use the AI research. And basically what this does is that it just searches the web for you. So we'll go through something which is obviously relevant at the moment, which is AI in the workplace. And then what it means to the future of work. Okay, so it should be pretty reliable. I'll basically look at the last 3 months of content because you don't want to go too far back, especially when it's a relevant topic. So you can actually get like the news from today, for example. So say, for example, you want to create a football podcast or anything such as that, and you just basically want articles from today or this week, for example. You can just change the sources, so you can kind of say how far back you want to go. So just because of this, obviously, this is hot topics over the last 3 months. We will go with this. I'm going to go to sources, and you can change this where you go, I want 20 sources. And the quality, you'll see the differences between high quality only and all resources. Now, the high quality only will take trusted sources such as Gartner, PwC reports, and kind of reliable source information. All sources will go for things such as blogs, but they are ranked as well. So basically, you'll be able to see which sources are actually in here first, and then you can deselect anything that you don't want to be included as well. So this basically then searches the internet. So it'll quickly just go, okay, so here's the topic we're looking for. Let's have a look. And it will also give you a verification and the source information before you then turn it into a podcast. So it's going to pause while it's given it's searching at the moment. Okay, so it's come back with 13 sources because we did say that it was only going to be the last 3 months, as well as reliable sources. So as you can see here, it's actually come back with something back from Deloitte. It's coming from different websites. Gartner was there, Bloomberg. So kind of really reliable, high quality sources around the topic. And what it's done is it's scrape that information, and you can automatically then add these all into your AI podcast generator. Alternatively as well, if you actually want to add some of your own additional URLs or links that you've seen as well, you can add them into the conversation as well. But if not, then you can just send all 13 sources into the podcast generator. So you can see there's quite a lot of context there, nearly over 100,000 characters. So a long podcast will probably be formed off the back of this. So I'm just going to put this to a 30-minute podcast, and then I'm going to just turn the tone to casual. There's a new content piece now as well, which basically says that I want to give this a full coverage, or I just want it to be summaried. So a summarization of this. So you're not giving a full 30-minute podcast. It might just be really high-level overviews. But for this one, I'm just going to quickly just go to full coverage. I'm just going to turn the humor level off, and then I'm just going to put the natural speech inflections to subtle. So basically, if you haven't seen this feature before, this basically makes conversations a lot more natural because, like myself, I and R, and I use filler words. So you have the ability to turn them on and off. And then I'll just basically just go to add my speakers. So I'm just going to add female voice just because I really prefer this voice on here. So I'll go with Fiona, and then I'm just going to add another speaker here, and I will call this one Ben. And then I'll just go with this voice here, and then I will just, I just need to give it a title, sorry. AI gets. Okay, so now I'm just going to just generate this, and I'll pause this whilst it's generating because it seems like it's going to be a long podcast. As you can see, it's going to be generating up to 5 parts, and then it'll synchronize it into one MP3 for you to download. So I'm going to pause this whilst it is generating, and then I will be back as soon as it has come back with the full podcast. Okay, so it's come back and it's given us our podcast now. So I'm just going to give you a little sample of this.
Welcome to our deep dive into AI's role in shaping the future of work. Today, we're exploring some fascinating insights from recent reports by Davos and Deloitte.
Absolutely, Fiona. It's amazing how these reports are highlighting the profound changes AI is bringing to workplaces globally.
Right, like the report from Davos 2026. It emphasized the importance of restructuring work around human-machine synergy, rather than just chasing new tools.
Exactly. The key takeaway there was that employers need to continuously redesign work processes to fully leverage AI's potential, right?
And one of their main points was around geopolitics, like how Canada's Mark Carney noted the need to move beyond nostalgia.
So as you can see, it's kind of like having your own news feed around the topics that you have selected. And the great thing is that you can literally add your own sources into here by just going into multiple sources. So there's different ways you can actually create these podcasts when it comes to source generation. So you can just literally go in and add articles and documents yourself, and it will basically create you a podcast. Alternatively, you can use the research tool, which then will scrape the internet, because that's one thing that we used to find difficult, was finding the actual sources that we wanted to put into the information. Now, you might have seen that from the volume of context that we actually added into the generator, the podcast itself was just shy of 7 minutes, because the AI is smart enough just to understand, like, some of these are just reference points, some of these might be repetition of context. So it'll basically take the context and summarize everything into one podcast. And you can see all the scripts here. And if you do want to edit some of the scripts, all you need to do is just go into edit script, and then you can add more context into there, remove context if you're not happy with it, and then you could just regenerate again. And then once you are happy with your final product, you can then download it, and you can then turn it into a podcast and convert it into 30 different languages as well. So if you have a global audience, it gives you the ability to do so. So if you are looking for more information about how you can create your own podcasts for your content within learning, comms and marketing, just give me a shout and I'll be happy to give you a full demo of AudioFlow. Speak soon. Thanks.